Hello there and welcome to Seek. Seek stands for Super Entrepreneurial Encyclopedia of Knowledge. I'm Jim Piccolo, your host for the next dozen hours or so, and in that time I hope that you gain the knowledge that you need to move forward as an entrepreneur. My goal is to have you join me and many other Americans in the freedom that we enjoy by being our own boss. There's no greater feeling in the world than to take something that starts as a mere thought and see it manifest into a viable, profitable business. You know, something you can call your own. There's no greater feeling in the world than to control your own destiny and never have to look back at that old job. There's no greater feeling in the world than to walk into your boss's office, put your feet up on the desk, and fire him. Imagine that for a moment. It's pretty good, doesn't it? Everything that you have dreamed of, your independence, your time and financial freedom, your ability to manifest something from a mere thought and turn it into a thriving, revenue-creating, people-helping business is at your fingertips. The next dozen or so hours could, realistically, change your life, but more importantly, change your freedom. Imagine, no more time cards, no more commute, no more water cooler politics and gossips, no more kissing up to the boss that's going to give you a good review. No more worry about whether or not you will be employed tomorrow or next month or even next year. No more working just enough so you don't get fired and your boss thinking that he'll pay you just enough so you don't quit. Do you really think that you will ever get rich working for somebody else? Come on. Stop the games. Stop the antics. Stop the manipulations and stop attempting to climb the corporate ladder looking for success and realistic expectations. Make a change today. Become your own boss. Become an entrepreneur. You have a business and you need to make money. No matter what your business is, you're in sales. And making a profit means selling. Sales and relationships are directly related. Often a relationship becomes the avenue to the sale. And then there are times that the sale can also mark the beginning of a relationship. You seldom, if ever, have one without the other. In this topic in building relationships, we're going to talk first about telling you why you're selling when you don't even think you're selling. And then we're going to give you the steps from the book 101 Successful Sales Strategies. And in that book, they've spelled out 4 steps of a cold call. And there's no one better than to do it than the general himself, the master sales trainer, Mr. Bob Snyder.
Jim, you're too kind. Thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it. And, you know, I've spent most of my adult life in sales, and it really is an art. Becoming good at sales is a skill that, well, anyone that wants to be successful in business needs to think about.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Seek product on human resources, human capital, you know, people. And what a great place to do it. I mean, here we are on the 25th floor of the Trump Towers. You know, the Trump Organization, talking about human resources, you know, they have over 20,000 employees, or what we're going to call team members, in Atlantic City alone. They have over 100,000 team members worldwide. So it's a great opportunity for us to talk about human resources. Again, 25th floor, Trump Tower, Chicago, Illinois. Marketing isn't just the way that you sell your product or service, it's also how you learn about your customers. It's essential for introducing your product or service to the marketplace and for continually attracting positive attention to it. With this in mind, you need to know how you should use marketing to drive your business. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about 3 primary marketing steps I think are important. Number 1, you've got to get a handle on your image. This means knowing what type of image you want for your business and its brands. Number 2, you need to research your market. This means learning what your current or potential customers think of you and of any image you already have out there. It also means gleaning information from the market to direct and shape your product concept to make it what people actually need, not what you think they need. And number 3, got to think about creating effective marketing communications. This means defining for yourself the best features and benefits of your product or service so you can promote those same characteristics to interested customers. Let's get right into it so we can discuss how these steps can help you get your business noticed and ensure that you stay ahead of the competition. I know that all entrepreneurs would love to pay a huge tax bill. No, I'm not kidding. Paying a huge tax bill means you're making a ton of money in your business. However, we don't want to pay more in taxes than we have to. So in this topic, we're going to discuss business strategies, primarily business structures, which are very important because business structures in great measure influence how you're going to be taxed. Knowing the different types of business structures available to you is critical as an entrepreneur. In this lesson, I'm going to introduce 3 types of business structures. Number 1, sole proprietorships. Number 2, partnerships. And last but not least, corporations. As you consider what type of business entity you're going to create, take note of the advantages and disadvantages to each structure so you have an idea of what options are available to you. This is our module on financial literacy. As an entrepreneur, it's important to recognize and understand the necessity of managing your finances correctly and with accuracy in order to be successful. Some of the topics that I'm going to discuss with you during these 3 modules are very unpopular, perhaps even subjects that you've avoided your entire adult life. They are, for certain, topics that you were never taught in high school and maybe not even in college. But again, topics that are of such grave importance that it's my opinion that it's the major reason for failure in business. I hope that you pay attention, and more importantly, I hope that you take at least some of my advice. I think that if you do, you will have the foundation that will be the beginning of a rewarding entrepreneurial career. Today I'm going to teach you a wide variety of items regarding using credit cards. Following this lesson, you'll have the know-how to become an incredibly savvy credit card user. First, I'll teach you some astonishing credit card facts. Second, I'll teach you 6 solid reasons you should use credit, because when used wisely, credit cards really can work to your favor. Third, I'll teach you about some key tasks when choosing the right credit card for you. Fourth, we'll explore some best practices for using those credit cards. And fifth, I'm really excited about teaching you 3 credit card products to avoid. The credit cards come with lots of bells and whistles, and there are some you just shouldn't use. Sixth, I'm going to teach you about the pros and cons of using debit cards instead of credit cards. And lucky number 7 is when I'm going to teach you about what you should do if you don't have any credit at all. Where do you begin? Now let's get started. Well, here we are on our final topic on sources of funding. We've really had some fun with this module. First we're out there at Chase Bank and Fountain Hills, and then on the second topic, we're in Denver, Colorado, in front of the U.S. Mint. Wow, that was fun. And now we're back home. Back home here in the corporate headquarters at Newbury Reach. It's nice to be home, you guys. But let's recap what we've learned over the miles and material that we've covered thus far. We've covered the kinds of funding you can investigate to help start your business, so you know that if you don't have sufficient inside resources, meaning your own friends and family, your best bet for outside seed money is an SBA-approved loan or an angel investor. We've also covered the kinds of trade-offs you'll face in the event you're able to negotiate with an angel investor. You'll probably have to give up some ownership and control of your business, hopefully in exchange for excellent business support. And with some good negotiating up front, the loss of equity might only be temporary. So now we know what it is that you want. Let's talk about what will help you secure the money. Let's talk about what we investors want. Now, I have a little experience in this area, and the information that I put together not only covers what I would expect, but also what many of the people that I deal with on a daily basis, the ones that do this for a living, really want. Remember, at the end of the day, all investors are just people. And all people are different, have different personalities, and therefore different hot buttons. I'm going to teach you what I know and believe, but the best advice I can give you is to listen to your potential investor and pay attention to what he or she is asking, okay? All right, let's get started. As an entrepreneur, drafting your business plan will be one of the most rewarding yet challenging aspects of building your business. So what exactly is a business plan, and how do you write one? Well, your business plan is a written strategy for all key points of your business. It is the document that you develop and will use to help guide you through your business startup. It is the document that when you seek financing, you will show your potential lenders and investors. It is the document you will refer back to when tracking your progress, allocating your resources, and making decisions that support the big picture. I want you to think of your business plan as being a snapshot of your company. What is your business? What do you envision for your business, and what will make your business a success? All of your business details and thoughtful strategy decisions will be compiled into your business plan. Once you've made the decision you want to be a business owner, you got a bunch of options. You can create a new business based on the idea that you have. You can buy an existing business. You can get involved in an MLM or a direct sales company, or you can consider one of the most popular methods in America today, opening a franchise. You know, popular is probably an understatement. Did you know, according to AZ Franchises, 1 out of every 12 businesses in the United States is a franchise? Let me tell you, folks, there's a vast variety of franchising out there. The franchise industry employs over 18 million people, which represents about 12% of the entire workforce in the United States. The top franchise industry, of course, is fast food, with McDonald's being the top franchise. But there's not only fast food out there, there's an array of businesses you could choose from that are all under the franchise model. There's gyms, there's daycare centers, there's coffee shops, there's pest control services and auto repair centers, cleaning services, both for residential and commercial customers, not to mention a huge selection of companies and services that you can start with, just to name a few. If you want to really dig in to see what's out there, check out number 3 on your reference list, which is franchisegator.com, or number 5 on your reference list, americasbestfranchises.com. There's a list of some of the best franchise opportunities out there. I think that you will be amazed at the opportunities that exist. But before I go into the details of how you actually go about investigating franchises and actually start one, let's talk about figuring out whether franchising is right for you. The first module should help you to determine whether or not your expectations are realistic.